How have you avoided getting sick all the time as a teacher? Help. Hello. I am an EFL teacher and I've been teaching for 2 years now. So I'm somewhat new. We had classes during COVID and my country was enforcing masks for a long time. This year they relaxed the rule so we can take off our masks. Even with the masks, I found I got sick more often than my non-teacher friends. Kids don't really wear masks properly and they will come up to your face very closely. Now that the masks are off, I ended up getting sick twice this semester. I had to take so many sick days off and I felt really guilty. My non-teacher friends say it's just that I'm so exposed to many classes of kids, but other teachers I work with very rarely seem to get sick. I'm just wondering if anyone has tips to avoid getting sick so much when you work with elementary school-aged kids. Especially first graders who don't have the best hygiene. All my classes involve a lot of talking which probably does not help either. Thanks in advance. Edit. I love all the advice here. I cook every day, eat plenty of fruit and vegetables, exercise semi-regularly but probably not enough. I also am usually lacking sleep which is probably one of my main health issues. Loudly crying face. Keep the box of tissues by the door to your room. Keep a separate box behind your desk that's only for your use. Wash your hands or use sanitizer often. I invested in a high-quality air purifier during COVID and I swear I get sick like 50% less now than I used to. But yeah, you're gonna get sick lol, it's the nature of the job. All you can do is reduce it a little bit. You're gonna get sick, all you can do is reduce it. The most true statement a teacher will ever hear. It is part of the job. I think there are 2 ways to approach it. You either disinfect everything all the time and never touch a child or you eat everything they hand you and let them sneeze on you. I don't know if either is better or a good idea in general. Eat everything they hand you. Eats their work. Shoulda put it in the turn-in-bin kid. Wash your hands a lot. Don't touch your face or mouth. Wash your hands a lot. Clean surfaces regularly. Wash your hands a lot. Have children wash their hands regularly. And did I mention wash your hands a lot? Yes, and never ever eat without washing your hands first. But honestly, I think your immunity will build up over time. I got sick a lot more when I first started teaching compared to now, 20 years in. I'm on year 16 of teaching. Years 1 to 5 were my unhealthiest years. Now I get sick about twice a year. Wash your hands. Set up classroom procedures that have students retrieving materials on their own, and wipe down your small group table 2 times a day with wipes. Continue wearing mask. If a student is exhibiting symptoms, keep your distance and plan something alternatively. Best of luck. Your immune system will be rock solid soon. The first 3 years of teaching I was sick once or twice a month. My immune system improved, I suffered permanent irreversible organ damage, and gradually stopped getting so sick so often. During COVID I stopped eating around people. Bought a HEPA filter, and have masked with N95 masks the whole time. Never got COVID at school. Didn't get the circulating colds and flu everyone less cautious passed around. I may keep the mask habit for the rest of my career. I like not getting sick. I told my co-workers the same thing once my school lifted the mask mandate. I just told them, I haven't been sick in 3 years, and I kind of like it. So I'm going to be keeping my mask on at school, probably for good. I wore a mask all year despite most people not wearing them. Because I had students, middle school, who would be honest and tell me they tested positive for COVID, but the office wouldn't let me send them to be assessed. So, that said, I took it upon myself to keep myself safe and didn't get truly sick all year. I would occasionally feel things start to creep up, but when I did, I'd listen to my body and take it easy, go home and rest and skip the gym. This really made a difference. For the younger ones, it's mostly sicknesses that are spread through surfaces. Since they rub their noses and mouths and touch surfaces, I'd wipe everything down often. When I worked with early elementary years ago, another veteran teacher told me to count how many times I touched my face in a day. I hadn't been aware that I did it so often without thinking. Avoid touching your face. Finally, good old-fashioned simply saline. Every day after work, I'd come home and rinse my nostrils with saline spray. This not only clears germs that have collected during the day, but it also helped with my allergies during the spring. I wash my hands a lot. I keep hand sanitizer on hand for students to use when they blow their nose and teach them when to use it. Also, your immune system will build over time. The first few years in a new school tend to be a little rougher, but after a while you'll get a kid's immune system. Whenever I feel a sore throat coming on, I start eating Hall's vitamin C cough drops too. I don't know if the vitamin C actually does anything, but they taste good and the couch drop still helps my throat. I do think I've been able to stop a cold from turning into anything more than a tickle in my throat a few times though. One thing that made a huge difference for me is that I do not share pens and pencils with students. I do not grab their pen to make a quick note on their paper, nor do I offer them a pencil from my desk. I always carry a pen with me in the classroom, and I have separate supplies for students. Because they are always sticking the pen or pencil in their mouth. And I never think to wipe them down, this cut down on my germ exposure by a lot. Just wrapped up year 21 of teaching, and I've always been one to get sick often. This last school year I was sick 6 times, 2 stomach viruses, 3 bad colds, and strep throat. I wash hands often, clean the classroom. Take vitamins, keep tissues and hand sanitizer away from my desk, etc. But I'm still just someone that catches things easily. I keep the window open all year long, tell the kids to bring a hoodie. I try to stay about 6 feet away from them unless I'm wearing a mask. I don't touch their computers, personal belongings, desks, etc. I spray my area with Lysol, and I wash my hands a lot. Shower as soon as I get home from school. Still got sick twice this winter, but not terribly. ETA, I didn't get so much as a sniffle while the kids were wearing masks. Wish we could all do that during the worst of flu season. Like just a few weeks in January/February would be great. Or if sick kids would stay home, that would work too. A long time ago I worked for TSA, worst job ever. When you come in contact with that many people you get sick a lot for the first 6 to 8 months on the job. Everyone does. Then your immune system builds up a tolerance to being exposed to the public and you don't get sick very easily. Teaching is the same way. I imagine high school teachers get sick less often than elementary teachers simply because we are actually exposed more, not less. Our immune systems have built up a tolerance for being around several people per day. Your immune system will adapt to teaching. I would say ditch the mask and let Mother Nature do her thing. I have discussed this with numerous other teachers over the years. We all agreed that the first 3 years were pretty rough. After which point we all seemed to develop some sort of super immunity to everything the little germ factories could throw at us. There is a brief acclimation period when switching schools, but it is short-lived. I take allergy meds daily. I'm in Arizona. And we have 3 or 4 allergy seasons every year, so Flonase morning and night, and Claritin every morning. My allergist said this can also help avoid and shorten the duration of colds and other upper respiratory viral infections as it keeps things dry. And makes conditions less virus-friendly. I have found it to work pretty well. Keep up with your flu shots. The last time I skipped a flu shot, 2014, I was out sick as a dog for 8 days with full-blown flu, absolutely miserable. It was worse than COVID, 4 times, fully vaccinated. Boosted, masked for 2 years straight, mild symptoms for the most part, COVID rash the last time. Here is how I stayed healthy. I did body scans throughout the day during transitions. I would be aware of my stress and then work to reduce it. Using breathing exercises or simply taking a mini walk around the room. Stress is the #1 culprit for me getting sick. Hand sanitizer, tissues by the door, trash over there, too. Hand sanitizer, trash, tissues for teacher only hidden in my desk. Side hugs. If I am touching things in contact with kids a lot, I washed my hands. Hand washing. Face washing. I had a sink in my classroom, I would wash my hands and face a minimum of twice a school day. Shower after work. Fan blowing on me under my desk. If that's anything. Stayed hydrated, made myself use bathroom breaks and literally scheduled them into my day. I had a stress/anxiety attack in my first semester last year, and literally peed myself. No one saw, it was awful. I made these changes after talking to my doctor and therapist. I also had healthy snacks hidden so if I forgot to pack lunch or stayed late I could be fed. Once weekly therapy. Via Zoom. Cannot recommend it enough. Wednesday date night or friend night. I forced myself, kicking and screaming LOL, to make plans Wednesday evening for a date with husband/double date with friends/ or to meet with a girlfriend after work. The only rule is no work talk. This helps me remember I am a person outside of my role as a teacher. No work on weekends. If I need to get more work done, I have to go to work early. I cannot stay later than 5 p.m. Use personal days. I use personal days for getting stuff done at least once a semester. I took 2 sick days this year. One for doctor appointments, not sick. Another for when my dog had to go to the emergency vet. I had a sinus flare-up with allergies, still came to school. No other illnesses all year, no COVID, no flu, no strep. In the past I would be sick literally all year and take days off for ridiculous fevers or puking.